We find our government in serious moral breach, because in terms of priority, for us, the liberation veterans who have gone specifically to reclaim our land back, we are here seated landless. We went there specifically to reclaim land on behalf of Zimbabweans who were previously disadvantaged. But here we are today, we have no claim to the land that we fought for. And it's really unacceptable. We have to be very honest. Let me put it across to you today and now, and I hope that would be the last we will hear about the land grab. It was necessary. You remember during the Lancaster, there was an agreement that the British were going to compensate the white farmers as we then take over our land. You asked the issue of whether or not it was chaotic. To me, it was administrative, right? It had nothing to do with us as war veterans. Comrade Ghana Watsama, when things are not really going your way, you apply anyway. But I can tell you that the purpose was not necessarily to grab and keep it to ourselves and to be non-productive. That was far from it. We are not asking them to dissolve themselves. Obviously, they have taken long to do that because they are enjoying the status quo. We have approached because the association has been registered in terms of the laws of Zimbabwe through the Ministry of Labor and Social Welfare. That's where it was registered formally. So we have had a meeting. We invited the Minister of Labor and Social Welfare, Professor Mavima, whom we sent and requested that he dissolves that. He went and then had a caucus with the standing leadership, and according to what we were told, he said that Comrade Matematanda was going to write him a letter asking for the dissolution. But look, who is feeling the heat? It's us, the generality of war veterans. Comrade Matematanda is on the hot seat. You cannot ask someone to move out of the seat because he's comfortable. It's us. But you see, over and above, it's just not about the leadership. Look, we can even form another association. There are so many other ways. But all we are saying is once you are put in a place of leadership, particularly on these special constituents which we are talking of, the liberation veterans, please try to be good and try to provide solutions for their welfare, because right now as we speak, 95% of war veterans, they have nothing to write home about. Thank you, comrade. You will realize that from this communique, we mentioned that from now onwards, we want to operate independently. But I should hasten to also point out that as an institution, correct, the Constitution really says we are independent. But unfortunately, most of the time when we elected our leaders, we find themselves driving us to a partisan politics. We find ourselves like, in all honesty, it's not all of us who are inclined to partisan politics, let alone the ruling party. Not that I don't like Zanu-PF, but all we are saying is when we constituted this association, it was specifically for the welfare of the veterans. It is us, the other stakeholders, who we then stand our ground and say, morally, it's unacceptable. As veterans and on behalf of the millions of disenfranchised Zimbabweans. That's why we even go a step further and say, from now onwards, let's not even talk about the 99-year lease. Let's talk about title, because then I will be able to go and be capacitated if I go to a bank We've been blamed for being unproductive. How do you produce when you are not capacitated? Return. They are not, we contributed monies, a lot of monies, and we are calculating right now the value of those properties. They are amounting to 3.9 billion US dollars, not the local currency. 3.9 US dollars, a billion US dollars. And we feel that we are still poor, yet we have invested our resources. Can you imagine a 60 to 70-year-old veteran who has been relegated to a village with 12 children, and all he has to his name is just a legacy of being a war veteran? It's not very fair.
For these and other stories, visit our website www.263chat.com. Follow us on Twitter @263chat and like our Facebook page 263chat.